Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Transcend podcast. My name is Reagan Shepard, and today we're continuing on this Black Rifle wave. Joining me for a one-on-one is the co-founder, Jared Taylor. Sit back and relax. Thank you for coming back, speaking with me today.
I was forced.
Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it, though. I know we talked a little bit about you and Caleb and your relationship, but I just want to talk about you and your journey with health and what health means to you. You be slacking in the gym, though.
Absolutely. This
Yeah.
is why that would be a horrible question to ask me. You might want to find something more entertaining.
Oh, no. We don't get to the nitty gritty. Don't worry. But I want to talk to you about your childhood. Like, describe to me what it was like. Little Jared Taylor running around. Where are you from? What was that like?
I started in California until I was 8. So, that doesn't really count. You're still
No, that counts.
just like a potato. You know,
Those are your fundamental years.
walking around, getting in fights with teachers or things like that.
Oh, yeah?
I was always arguing with
Rebellious
teachers.
child?
Oh, yeah. Like, I never got to sit in the back of the bus. I was in trouble by the third day of school. So, I always had to sit right in front all the time.
Right here.
8th grade, the class voted me out of sex ed. So, I didn't get to, I just had to be in in-school suspension while they said they felt uncomfortable with me being in that portion of the class.
You've always been a little unhinged, huh?
Oh, yeah. Like, I'll say anything.
Yeah.
Like,
You speak your mind.
why not?
Yeah.
Like-
Life's too short. So, you moved from California when you were 8.
Yeah.
Where'd you go after that?
Washington State,
Okay.
Kitsap Peninsula.
Okay.
Mostly, how I tell people it's where they filmed Twilight.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Forks.
just on the other side of the bridge from where Forks is. So
Did you hear that a lot growing up? Like, oh, you're from the Twilight Town.
no, because it didn't exist then.
Oh,
So
it
Twilight
didn't.
came much after I moved away from
right.
Washington.
You're so right.
Yeah,
It's like way later.
but spent a lot of time in that area. Port Townsend had a cool skate park, so we would go and skate up there all the time.
That was like one of your hobbies, skating growing
yeah.
up? Okay.
And then sledding was in Fort. Like, they had really good sledding. It was
Nice.
Hurricane Ridge is what the place was called.
That's crazy because you guys don't get hurricanes over there.
So that's why they're not afraid to
Exactly.
name a ridge after them.
Yeah, no, don't step foot in Florida. Reality check for you real quick.
But always scheming,
Mhm.
something.
Yeah,
Getting-
mischievous.
Well, and then just trying to use the system to get what I wanted. I really needed access to editing equipment as a
Okay.
teenager, so I started the Extreme Video Club
Okay.
and got a teacher to sponsor it, so they would sit there in the afternoon so we could all edit videos on the
Wow.
school's computers, because you can afford that stuff back then.
Yeah. Were you did your school have TV Pro or like newspaper? Like, were you involved in things like that?
Yeah, they had it. I was in VisCom is what it was called, visual
Okay.
communication. So
Yeah.
I did, photography. Like we had a photo lab, so I had to develop my own stuff.
Wow.
Which
What
was
were
cool.
some things that you like to capture?
It was all skating.
all skating.
Yeah, there was no. Thinking back on it, it should have been girls.
No,
What was
that
I
wasn't
thinking?
your interest then.
It could have been.
It could have, but
Like,
that might have
let
been
me
a slippery slope
Let
though
me
in school.
photograph you.
Right? Nah. Like Playboy Junior, like from the jump. So okay, skating, photography. Where did kind of health and fitness fit into that in your upbringing? Did you work out? Did you play
played
sports?
football, and skating. Yeah, skating is pretty rigorous
Yeah.
on your legs, and you have to. It's also very perishable.
Okay.
So if you go a week without doing it, you'll lose skill
Okay.
at it, and it becomes difficult to. So you have to be on top of it every day.
It kind of taught you accountability.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're just. You don't think of it as working out, so you're doing it. We would skate everywhere.
Wow.
We lived probably 8 miles from town,
Okay.
but we were on top of a hill, so we could just get on the highway in the median or in the right lane and just skate all the way into Silverdale.
Wow.
And
That's what's up.
I remember we all did that. We didn't go to school to go watch Star Wars Episode 1.
That's funny.
The day it came out.
So you played hooky?
Yeah.
Skated down the hill?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So what position did you play in football?
I was an outside linebacker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you like it?
It was okay. I mean, I definitely didn't have the bite that, people are like, oh my God, I have to. So honestly, it was just a necessity because my school was so small.
Mm-hmm.
Every guy played football. So if you didn't play, then nobody was around on the after school and on the weekends, like during games and
It's a
stuff.
social
so
thing.
It's like, yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I got in trouble all the time. I had to stand away from the team during games and shit, like, because I'd be in trouble.
It's
for some
not funny.
dumb shit. I know, but that was it. Like, I remember one of our games. I would have to stand on the opposite 20-yard line, and then the coach would just use me as like if he got like personally angry at the game, and he like came over to me on one of them. He was like, "I want you to jump the snap and just hit that quarterback as hard as you can." I was like, "All right, cool."
Not your coach playing dirty. Oh,
sends me in like, and I've just been standing by myself on the 20-yard line for 2 or 3 quarters.
Right.
Like,
well, now you want me.
The guy goes, I jump over the line and just hit the quarterback. The other coach is like, ooh, and now they're yelling at each other, and I go back to the 20-yard line. I'm suspended from the game. Whatever, guys.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. That kind of like tainted your relationship with football. I feel like you can't even enjoy the game. You're like bait. Like,
yeah, I know. And I remember I was in trouble for something that was a misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm. It's always a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
That's okay. So skateboarding, you kind of started like, I know you started Black Rifle. Have you ever thought of like having a collab with somehow intertwining skateboarding with coffee?
Well, I mean, we do have 2 iconic professional skateboarders that ride for Black Rifle.
Ooh.
Bucky Lassick is one of them, who's one of the best vert skate. I mean, I think he has the most X Games gold medals or total gold medals when it comes to vert skateboarding. And then Jason Ellis, another iconic, like, old school badass skater. So we do some stuff in that space. I was part of a skateboard company for 3 years called Snake Farm right here.
That's what's up. I'm looking at it. Wow.
When one of our skateboard decks is in the new Tony Hawk's Pro Skater that just came out for Bam Margera. I helped design that with my friend from the Philippines named Jay Acosta.
Okay.
Yeah.
You kind of, when I hear you talk about like your hobbies, your business endeavors, and everything in between, it's like you're living your childhood dreams like every single day. Because I don't know, a lot of people can't say that they've been able to tick all these boxes with just natural interests and made them into thriving companies.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I make my decisions. Is if I was 15, what would I choose?
Yeah, no, 100%. I love that. So when did you kind of decide to go into the military?
Because I was a kid.
A kid?
Yeah, I had always knew
Did you
that
come?
I was going to go in.
Did you come from a military family?
Yep, Dad was in the Navy for 28 years.
Okay. So is that something that, did you feel like you had to, or did you genuinely want to?
No, I wanted to. I thought it
Okay.
was cool. Like,
That's what's up.
Who doesn't want to? Like,
As
a kid. Plus, it's also like we were at war when I went in, and
Which war was this?
Afghanistan.
Okay.
And
Can you summarize what the war was in one sentence?
no, I don't think anybody can.
Okay. Because I'm still to this day, I'm like, what was the plot?
I don't know.
Concept.
I don't know what we were doing.
Okay.
I still don't know what we were doing.
Okay.
I was there. I don't know. I don't think anybody knew.
Anybody knew.
We were just kind of there. Like,
It's kind of like, would you say you're kind of like not following blindly, but you know you have a goal and a mission. You're just there to see it through.
No, because there's a lot of things that doesn't make a lot of sense. You know, at one point they're telling us that we're in Iraq to free Iraq, but at the same time, they're telling us that we have to respect their culture, but their culture is crap.
Okay.
Like they're women are subhuman. Children don't really have to exist. Like there's no rights across the board. So then why are we freeing Iraq? Like what are we doing?
I get you. You feel like it was like contradicting to say
it's
this, but
either
what
we're
is
doing
respectable?
this in its entirety, or why are we doing it? Like,
so what do you feel like? How can you describe the mental toll and just what your mental state was throughout the military and going through different things like this?
I loved it.
Okay.
Like, I mean, that's a testament to a multi-volunteer to get closer to the furthest point forward of combat. And that's one thing, like, you roll the clock back right now, there's not a single period of 50 years that has gone by without wars going on. So every generation of humans, for God knows how long rolling back, has been involved with battle, conflict, or some sort of war. Well, yeah, I wasn't going to miss out on that.
Okay.
I'm going to go do it.
I was going to ask you, like, you wanted to be on the front lines.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You laugh in the face of danger. Ha, 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 ha.
Oh, it's just, if we're going to do it, I'm doing that.
There we
Like,
go. There we go. That's like from your
We're
childhood.
not
Like,
playing
you've
the
been always
game of
been.
like making an excuse of,
Right.
oh, I loaded the bomb, so I was part of this too. No.
Nah, you didn't get into the nitty gritty like I did. So, what was your role? What was your position?
It was called a JTAC, Joint Terminal Attack Controller. So I control, advise, assist air assets and airstrikes for the Army.
Okay. So you kind of give the commands when it comes to being in certain places, letting certain things go. Is that kind
Bombs.
of
Like,
okay.
we have GPS and laser guided bombs. I am the one providing those bombs the coordinates where to put them, and or putting the laser on where you want that bomb to hit.
Okay. So what kind of like check-ins did you guys do from like a mental, physical standpoint in the military? What's like the health regimen when you're in?
Oh, you're constantly like doing PT tests. Like you have to stay in our unit. It's very strict. It's 5 days a week. You're there at 6:30 with the whole unit doing something for 5 days a week. And then when you become a certified JTAC, you to maintain currency, you have to do a series of actual controls with airplanes every 90 days. And then you're subject to two like full-on tests a year. One's scheduled, so that's, hey, you're getting an evaluation on this date. One's called a no notice.
Okay.
Tap you on the shoulder at 2:00 in the afternoon and say, you're going on an eval, get all of your stuff.
Okay. What does that eval look like?
It's 6 to 10 hours long.
Wow.
Of everything that you're supposed to know how to do.
Okay.
And you have to go do it for real.
Wow. So on the spot, like just like
grab
that.
all your stuff.
Yeah.
Grab all your gear, set up the laser, set up the GPS, aircraft check on, you're talking to them, you're now targeting, you're deconflicting with different air assets and fires that are happening on the battlefield. So it's like, it's intense.
How did you feel within yourself throughout all of this? Did you feel like I'm performing at my highest, I'm performing at my best, I have what it takes to continue to be the best JT that I can be? Or did you?
No, because you're always learning something, and everything, every situation in that world is different and it unfolds differently. Therefore, you cannot just put a blanket to everything and think it's going to be fine. Like, you have to be on top of all of the gear and equipment as well as training to a ridiculous standard, because the stuff falls apart in a matter of seconds out there. And again, one of the hardest part of my job is keeping track of where all of the Army is on the ground.
Okay.
Because I have to make sure that we're not bombing
Your own people.
good guys.
Yeah.
So not only am I sending all of this information to a combat aircraft that's about to drop a bomb, but I have to know where these guys are. And I have to hope that they're being truthful when they're telling me where they are, because sometimes either A, they don't know exactly where they are, or B, they've pushed a little too far and think that they might get in trouble by saying that they pushed too far. But and we've had situations like that. You had guys that had gone past certain phase lines or objectives and thought that they'd be in trouble if they told somebody that, but they were being targeted by an aircraft because an aircraft is just seeing black spots with guns.
Right.
Like,
they don't know whose side they're on. Okay. So have you ever been like in that position where, I would say not the person that had to make that decision, but in a situation where something bad happened and you had to kind of like come back from that, people not being honest, or?
Well, no, you just got to be slow.
Okay.
And not like, I think that's part of leading up to our training to get certified is they make sure that you're sure You're signing off on that bomb. So if you want to guess and hope, go for it.
Yeah. Wouldn't advise you to, though.
You're getting in trouble and that goes wrong. So, yeah, you just take things slow. And if things get confusing, you ask more questions and don't be afraid to ask. And don't be afraid to pause and tell people to fucking chill out.
Yeah.
Like, I've had that happen before. It's like, hey, commander's getting all spun up about rushing. And it's like, hey, no, stop. Bring it back. Like, we have to do this right or everybody gets killed.
100%.
So,
yeah. So when did you get to the point? So with the military, how long do you have to serve before you can leave, or do you get?
you have 4-year contracts, 6-year
Okay.
contracts, and then
Okay.
it goes from there.
So what made you decide? Hey, it's my time. I'm gonna pivot.
Oh, we're just the businesses were doing well, and
Okay.
it was the thicket of both the wars had died down. There wasn't a lot going on, especially in our case because bombs bring a lot of destruction, and we weren't trying to destroy the landscape anymore now, as like 2015 and on. Like, you're not trying to like level things anymore.
Right.
It's just pockets of different factions and things like that. Half the time the guys don't even know they're fighting just because you're there.
Right.
Like, oh, we just saw you guys here, so we're fighting you. Like,
Kind of sometimes lose sight.
there's not a collective enemy that is organized that is like, oh, we're gonna do this. It's all like pocketed into just different like tribes and shit as you like start to. And that's why.
What do you think about that? Do you think that can make things like harder,
Oh yeah,
muddier? Like,
it makes it very difficult.
Yeah.
Vietnam showed us that. Like,
yeah.
that type of warfare is hard. Guerrilla.
War is it's a lot in general. I wish we can get to a place where we don't have to like constantly be bombing everybody, like world peace. I know that's so generalized, but it's tough. So what was it like for you when you started transitioning back from the military just to like normal life? How did that feel? Did you miss it?
It was no, because I had always been doing visual stuff on the outside. So when I got off work, I would go sit down in my editing room and start plugging away at all this stuff. So when I finally transitioned to the National Guard, it just meant I had a whole day now to like devote to the brands and businesses and projects that I was working on, and those were just much more fruitful than it was being in the military.
That's what's up.
Once you get out, there's a whole different level of your everything that you work on that is directly attributing to your success, rather than in the military you're working on things that go up to a supervisor that then goes up to a commander that then does this. So it's like,
it's not really about
in
you.
business, the effort that you put in is going to be the sales and the gross profit that you've now accumulated because you put in extra and better effort. 100%. So it's like, this is way more fun.
Yeah, 100%. So how did you kind of get involved with the foundation, and how'd that come to your world?
I had met Ernie first, and then he had told me that they had it, and it aligned with the foundation that I was on the board of, which is Veterans Exploring Treatment Solutions.
Okay, talk to me about that. What is that?
It's an organization that looks for other solutions outside of prescription medications for a lot of problems that special operation force veterans face, from combat fatigue and TBI and things like that. So we go to Mexico and do an Ibogaine 5-MeO DMT combo treatment for 5 days, and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were already a part of that foundation when Ernie came to you.
Yeah. So like, this is just another add-on to getting somebody that came out of post to our program and fixing their mind will now fix their body.
100%. Did you have anything specific that was going on with you post-military that you found you would find use for with the foundation you were previously a part of, and then?
Well, I went down and did the whole regime as part of just knowing.
Yeah.
And it was great. It was great for anybody getting out of the service in a combat role would benefit from it.
Very cool. So how would you describe your experience with Transcend, and what was that like? Did you like going through your blood work, and are you on any regimen? Like, what does that look like for you?
I mean, it's seamless. You know, Sarah does a tremendous job of just telling you exactly what you have to do and explaining what. Oh, here's what we found. Here's what we see. Here's what's next on the docket. So they've made it. They've lowered the barrier of entry to, you know, bringing it down to any dummy can succeed in your guys' program.
There we go. Can you kind of like describe what it was like going through that, and maybe some, had you gone to other doctors before? You talked about like prescription medication and like going through that process, and
Well,
what
I'd
was,
gone to a local place years ago, like back in 2020, and they did an in-person visit, and then they just handed me a bunch of stuff and didn't tell me what.
they didn't give
I
you,
didn't know what dose I was supposed to have or how to even give it to myself. Like
Wow.
they didn't explain anything. So
wow,
it just was kind of like,
that's dangerous.
okay, here you go. So I was like, oh, I don't know
What do I
what
do
I'm
with
doing.
this?
Yeah, I had to call like other friends.
They gave you like injections and stuff,
Yeah.
and they didn't tell you how
They
much.
just didn't tell me what to do or.
That's ridiculous. I'm sorry. Like, how do you explain? Like, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, so when you went through, you talking about with Sarah and how she's
Yeah.
been helping you. How did that her process differ from others?
Well, it's just like there was coaching. It was, hey, this is exactly the explanation, teaching. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's how we're gonna do it, and then here's your job.
There we go. Were there anything that stuck out when you got your blood work done that where you were like in retrospect, that makes sense?
No,
Okay.
because I was agnostic to what we were gonna find. I was
Okay.
like, all right, well,
Okay.
I'll say yes to whatever.
You just there for the ride. Okay. So since kind of starting these protocols with the foundation, can you remind me the name of the first foundation you were a part
The
of?
Veterans Exploring Treatment Solutions.
Veterans Exploring Treatment
Yeah,
Solutions.
it's vetsolutions.org.
Okay. And going through that and with Transcend, how have you found it to maybe like how's it impacted you with your life?
Oh, it's just made things a lot easier. You know, less pain, more movement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me some details. And in what area specifically?
Well, you know, I'm not crazy like sporty anymore.
Okay, that's okay. It
Just
doesn't have
because
to be physical. Like, did you find any like emotional, mental motivation, like anything along those lines?
better sleeping,
Okay.
better breathing, and just feeling better. Like,
Yeah.
like you're not groggy and like low energy anymore. It's like, oh, you're back to normal.
Was sleeping? I hear a lot from like veterans that sleeping is like one of the toughest things to kind of get back normal when you leave, just because of what you were coming from and everything like that.
Well, I think your body is just used to, like, we didn't have a sleep regime,
Okay.
you know, when deployed because something could happen at any time. So you just, after you spend a year in that condition, like, it's like your body just goes, you wake up for anything because
Yeah.
you're just used to it.
That's kind of like that's stressful. So, closing out with you, what does like health look like to you, and what's something you might recommend to your neighbor that you found beneficial for you?
Well, I mean, I think it comes down to, like, people ignore it until they don't have it. Like, and that seems to be a common denominator, and you can avoid a lot of horrible health issues by getting ahead of things, you know, and just overall being fit. And now I have the ability to do that. So I mean, we'll see what the next year holds because I actually have time to like and a schedule that can be devoted to some of this. So we're gonna see. We'll check in a year.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you. I appreciate
Awesome.
you.
Thank you.